7 homes, 1 roofline, 0 wasted motion. What if I told you the ugliest, cheapest, most boring roof shape in all of residential construction is quietly building some of the most jaw-dropping homes in America right now? Not a hip roof, not a gambrel, not some architect's fever dream with 6 different roof lines fighting each other. Just one flat, angled plane, the same shape you'd see on a tool shed, and yet, inside, these places feel like you checked into a boutique resort in Sedona. By the end of this video, you're going to see 7 of these single-slope Barndominiums. You're going to find out why the simplest roof in the business might also be the smartest one, and I'm going to show you exactly where simple quietly gets expensive, because it does, and almost nobody tells you that part. Before we get into it, if you're into Barndominiums, tiny homes, or just love watching simple ideas turn into beautiful places to live, hit subscribe, drop a like, and tell me in the comments, would you actually live under a single slope roof, or does it feel too plain for you? I read every single comment, so don't be shy. The shift away from complicated roof lines for decades, nice house meant a complicated roof. Hips, valleys, dormers, cross gables, the more angles, the more it supposedly said, we spent money here. Single slope or skill iron, roofs got stuck doing lean-to duty on garages and sheds. That's flipped. People chasing modern resort-style living are now asking for the one thing the roof snobs used to avoid. One continuous plane tilted just enough to shed water with nothing else going on up there. Why they're actually living this way? Ask the people actually living in these homes why they built this way, and the answer isn't really about the roof at all. It's about what the shape sets free underneath it. A single slope roof means one wall gets tall, sometimes 14, 16 feet, while the other stays low. That tall wall becomes the excuse for the thing every one of these homeowners actually wanted. A wall of glass, a soaring great room, a home that feels twice its square footage without adding a single extra foot of foundation. So let's actually walk through these 7 single-slope Barndominiums, each one solving the how do I make one flat roof feel luxurious problem in a completely different way. Note, these are representative composite designs pulled together from current 2026 build trends, not a single-sourced listing, but every square footage, cost range, and material choice reflects real 2026 market data. Design 1. The glass horizon. The glass horizon leans all the way into that tall wall. Roughly 1,800 square feet, with a floor-to-ceiling glass curtain wall running the entire high side of the home, living room, kitchen, and primary suite all facing the same open view. No hallway blocks it, no interior wall interrupts it. It's the closest thing you can build to a boutique hotel suite on a residential budget. Design 2. The canyon rim retreat. The canyon rim retreat takes the same shape and hangs it off the edge of sloped land. The low wall tucks into the hillside, the tall wall and roofline cantilever out over the drop, and a steel-braced deck extends the living space into thin air. It's a bigger engineering lift than a flat lot build, more site work, more steel bracing, but the payoff is a view nobody else on that road gets. Design 3. The courtyard. Skill iron. Design 3 breaks the single slope idea into 2 wings that face each other across a private courtyard, both roofs sloping down and away from the center. From outside it reads as 2 simple sheds. Step into the courtyard and it feels like a private resort villa, a plunge pool or fire pit tucked between 2 glass walls that only face each other, not the road. Design 4. The off-grid solar slope. Design 4 is quietly the most practical one on this list. The single slope faces due south at the ideal angle for solar panels. No dormers, no ridge lines, no shaded valleys to fight around. Builders in 2026 are increasingly orienting these roofs specifically for solar from day one, because a clean, uninterrupted plane is the easiest surface in residential construction to cover edge-to-edge with panels. Design 5. The multi-wing retreat. Design 5 stretches the single-slope idea across a longer footprint to solve a very 2026 problem. Multiple generations under one roof who still want their own doors. One end holds the primary suite and main living space. The other end holds a self-contained 1-bedroom wing with its own entrance, same roofline the whole way, so from the road it still reads as one simple, unified home. Design 6. The hidden shop estate. Design 6 keeps the shop-first Barndominium instinct alive, the same instinct that built this entire housing category but hides it. A 40 by 60 shop bay sits under the low end of the slope, and the living quarters rise up under the tall end, so from the front elevation all you see is glass and clean lines. The workshop doesn't announce itself. Design 7. The clearstory loft. And Design 7 takes the single slope idea and adds one twist. A clearstory band, a second short slope with a strip of windows running underneath it, stacked above the main roofline. It floods an upstairs loft with north-facing light that never gets harsh, and it's the single most requested upgrade builders report for 2026 single slope plans that include a second floor loft space. Here's the part almost nobody covers, and it's the most important correction in this whole video. A single slope roof is not automatically the safest shape you can build. In fact, from a pure wind engineering standpoint, it can be one of the trickier ones. The tall edge of a monoslope roof creates a sharp leading edge where wind separates violently as it passes over, producing very high localized suction right at that edge, higher than what you'd see on a hip roof, where every side slopes and there's no vertical face for wind to slam into. So, simple doesn't mean windproof. It means the engineer has to work harder at exactly one location, that top edge. That's why a properly engineered single-slope barndo leans on reinforced clips spacing along that high edge, tighter purlin connections, and a documented anchoring system tying the roof all the way down to the foundation, not just a metal shell sitting on a slab. Builders in wind-prone states now pull site-specific wind speed data from tools like the ASCE7 hazard tool rather than guessing, because that number changes what the connections need to be, address by address. And to be clear about numbers you've probably heard elsewhere, you'll see claims online that steel barndos withstand 150 mile-per-hour winds, as if that's a universal spec. It isn't. Most U.S. locations outside the highest-risk coastal and hurricane zones are actually engineered to a baseline design wind speed closer to 90 to 115 miles per hour. The 150-plus number only applies when a home is specifically engineered for a high-velocity hurricane zone. Steel still holds up better than a comparable wood frame structure in most wind events. That part's true, but better than wood, and rated for 150 miles per hour everywhere, are two very different claims, and only one of them is accurate everywhere in the country. So here's the number everyone actually clicked on this video to hear. What does one of these cost in 2026? A bare-bones single-slope shell kit, the steel frame and exterior skin only, nothing finished inside, runs about $20 to $50 per square foot erected. That's the weather-tight building, not the house. Once you finish it out, a mid-range single-slope Barndominium lands somewhere between $65 and $160 per square foot, with premium finishes, spray foam insulation, custom cabinetry, stone counters pushing past $200 per square foot in some markets. Put that in real numbers. A 2,000 square foot version of one of these homes lands somewhere around $130,000 to $320,000 finished, with a national average total for a complete Barndominium build sitting close to $230,000. Texas and other rural, labor-friendly states tend to land toward the lower end of that range. Higher cost of living states push toward the top. And here's the honest catch, because I try never to let a headline number go unchallenged on this channel. The simple roof genuinely saves you money on the shell. Framing labor on a single slope structure with no complex hips or valleys runs meaningfully cheaper than a busy multi-gable roof. But the moment you add the things that make these 7 homes feel like a resort, the floor-to-ceiling glass wall, the cantilevered deck, the clear story band, you're spending that saved money right back, just somewhere else. Simple saves you money on the roof. It doesn't save you money on the view. A few things that surprised even me while researching this one. First, single-slope roofs used to be considered so unglamorous that for decades they were basically only used on garage lean-tos and equipment sheds attached to a real building. The idea of building an entire luxury home under one is genuinely a 2020 shift, not an old rural tradition getting rediscovered. Second, because there are no load-bearing interior walls in a typical Barndominium frame, several of these 7 layouts could theoretically be reconfigured years later without touching the structure at all. The shop-first design in particular is built with exactly that in mind. Today's workshop is tomorrow's guest suite, and the roof never has to know the difference. And third, the one that actually changed how I'll cover these roofs going forward. The flattest, plainest looking roof on the block is the one that needs the most precise engineering at its edge, not the least. Simple to build. Not simple to get wrong. 7 homes, 1 roofline, and a lesson that applies to a lot more than Barndominiums. Simple isn't the same as easy, and plain isn't the same as cheap. The single slope roof wins because it gets out of the way, it lets the glass, the view, and the light do all the talking. So tell me, out of all 7, which one would you actually want to wake up in? Drop it in the comments, and while you're down there, hit subscribe so you don't miss the next one. More Barndominiums, more tiny homes, more simple ideas that turn out to be smarter than they look. I'll see you in the next video.